Okie dokie. We're recording. Good girl. Hi. Yeah, see? We're on the camera. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Where'd you go? Come here. Come here. Okay, Belle, sit. Come here. Come here. Okay, Belle. Ma'am. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, Belle, can you sit? Sit. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Peanut. Come here. Come here. Yes, Belle, come here. Yes. Good girl. Okay, Belle, can you sit? Focus. Yes. Focus. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Over here. Get the treat. Here. Belle, come here. Come here. Belle, come here. Come here. Belle, come here. Oh, good, come here. The kitty's coming. Are you coming when called too? They don't have any kitty treats. No. They don't have any kitty treats. No, I don't. They don't have any kitty treats. Yeah. Oh, hi, pretty girl. You're a pretty baby. Yeah. Oh. Belle? Ma'am? Sit. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Okay, Belle, can you sit? Sit. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Peanut. Come here. Come here. Yes, Belle, come here. Yes. Good girl. Okay, Belle, can you sit? Focus. Yes. Focus. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good sit. Hi, kitty. The kitty wants in on the action here, Belle. Yeah, she's right in front of the camera. Look. Are you posing for the camera? Good. Down. Yes, Belle. Down. Yes. Down. Oh, yes. Good girl. Good impulse control. Yes. Good girl. Okay, Belle. Down. Yes. Oh, good girl. Down. Yes. Are you doing a close-up? Huh? So I'm going to do some narration here. I have my mic on. No? Don't worry about it. I just don't want you to think I'm going cuckoo over here talking to myself. Can you sit, please? This is great that she can actually focus on me while you're out there doing that. So that's good. Down. Good girl. So we're working on down with continuous treats. This is not just to help prevent puppy biting, but it also helps to develop impulse control. So I always give the example of if you have company over sitting on the sofa, and if your dog has a tendency to like to jump up on people, and that's something you would prefer her to not do, we can teach her that laying on the floor and being calm actually will have a better reward than jumping up on the couch onto people. So we practice the down with continuous treats. Gonna sit, bow down, good, down. So we have our treats really low, down, and give her the reward low so she doesn't have to get up, and praise her and say the word down, and yes, down, very calm. If we want her calm, we have to be calm. Down, yes. So I practice this in 3 stages. So first, I'm actually really, really low with both hands. And I'm going to kind of pop up on my elbows here a little bit, getting a little bit more distance. Down, yes. And the goal is for her to stay lying down. And to kind of slow down the delivery. Yes, down. In the first stage, we deliver little pieces very quickly, fairly often. Down, yes. And each stage we move up, we go a little slower and a little higher with the treat. But still delivering it low at her mouth so she won't be tempted to pop up. Down, yes. Okay, so this is stage 2. I'm on my elbows. Now, the third stage is I'm going to sit all the way up. See, right there? It's hard, right? We're going to come back and we're going to start all over. Belle, down. Yes, down. Going to start all over from the beginning again. Yes, down. And if you notice, just before, let's see, we'll look for it. Look for her to roll over on one hip or the other. When they roll over on a hip, it's right there. It tells us they're a little bit more committed to that down because it takes a little bit more work, a little bit more inertia to pop back up right there. I don't know if the camera can really capture it, but she is kind of rolled over on one hip. Good, down, yes. Okay, stage 1. Now I'm going to go to my elbows for stage 2, and she popped up. So if she seems to pop up quite a bit, go back to stage 1, down. Oh, and she did on her own. Good girl, Belle, down. Yes, down. Down, yes. Down. And Dad's in the kitchen making some food, so she's doing very well, ignoring all of that. Down, yes. All right, I'm going to go up to step 3, all the way up. Yes, down. And here comes the kitty cat. A good distraction. Keep out, down. Yes, down. All right, I went from stage 1 to stage 3 pretty quick there. Now I'm just going to move a little bit. All right, come here, Belle. You sit down. Yes. Down. And when we move, it's hard for them because they're afraid that we're going to do something they're going to miss out on. They're kind of nosy, huh? So even just moving your feet a little bit, every time I do that, you see how she pops back up. Okay, Belle. Come here, babe. Okay, sit down. Oh, right into a down. Good girl. Good girl. So I'm going to just move one foot the next time. Belle. Here, babe. Down. Down. Yes, down. And I'm just going to try crossing my legs a little bit. Okay, Belle. Down. So, I don't know if you noticed that she thought about hopping up on the couch and she prevented herself from doing that. Good girl. Down. Yes, good girl. Down. All right, so she's getting a little antsy. We're going to take a break and we'll move on to something else. I think she's getting a little bored with it. Having to lay still is really hard. Girl. Belle, drop it. Drop it. Yes. Drop it. Yes. Drop it. Good girl. Good girl. Here, let's take this off. Careful, baby girl. Slow down. Belle. Easy, easy, easy. Easy. You're going to hurt yourself. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, hand. Sit. Yes. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. Yeah, pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yeah. Belle. Yes. Belle. Yes. Good girl. Belle. Yes. Good girl. Belle. Yes. Good girl. Good girl. Can you sit? Good girl. Focus. Yes. Good girl. So we're here with Belle again. I'll back up a little bit so everybody can see me. Yeah. So we're about done with our session here. We've worked on a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Worked with Dad just a bit. And I've got some of her yummy chicken here. So we're just going to work on getting her comfortable with just having hands come towards her. Because when she is approached with the leash or hands, she gets a little squirrely and fidgety, and she always pops up and she kind of pulls back a little bit. So trying to get her comfortable with that and realizing that good things will happen is what this exercise is going to do. So this is two little games that I came up with myself. So the first one is treat to mouth and hand towards head and scratch to kind of help her realize that a hand coming towards her is not a scary thing. Most people, when they go to pet a dog, they go over hand like that. And dogs who aren't used to that or are not super keen on people, it's a good way to get bit. So trying to get her comfortable with hands coming towards her is not just for random people or family members, but also for the vet and for the groomer visits as well. All right, come here, babe. All right, so I'm asking her to sit. Hey, Belle, can you sit? Come here, right here. You gotta be a little closer. Come here. Okay, sit. Good girl. Someone puts a treat to her mouth. Yes, and both hands come away at the same time. So just 2 or 3 scratches. Belle, sit. Let her nibble in one hand. Yes. Good girl. Nibble, nibble. Yes. Good girl. Ma'am. Excuse me. Can you sit, please? I'm just waiting her out. She's trying to figure out what we're doing. What game are we playing? Sit. Yes, perfect. Good girl. So the whole point of that is to let her realize that, man, if I sit, good things will happen. And we don't always have to ask her. Come here, babe. Over here. Sit. Yes. So now we're going to practice taking the leash off. Nibble, nibble. Yes. And then we're going to do the same thing, trying to put it on. And this is the one where she gets a little weirded out, trying to get the leash on her. So we'll see what we can come up with here. Okay, Belle. Good girl. Come here. Okay, sit. So I have a little piece. I'm going to let her nibble, nibble. Nibble, nibble. And it's hard because the clip is small. Yes. Good girl. She likes the chicken. All right, come here, babe. Now we're going to do the same thing for taking it off. Belle, sit. Treat to mouth. Let her nibble, nibble. Off. Yes. Good girl. Sometimes the clasp on their, the little ring on their collar can be too small of a target. So some things you could try are like putting on a little larger carabiner, just the cheap aluminum ones. Do not walk your dog on the carabiner. It's only for making a larger target to get the leash on and leash off with the clasp. Especially if you have a really hairy dog right there, trying to get this on that little ring can really, really be a struggle sometimes. So if you use just for target practice for the purpose of getting her, drop it. Drop it. Yes, drop it. Good girl. She likes to take the leash and play with it. So right there, I'll go tell you a little bit about that right there too. So with the drop it, she had it in her mouth, and I offered a trade. I had a treat. I didn't let the leash become a toy. I didn't play tug. I didn't try to keep it away from her. Drop it. Yes. And I put the treat right to her nose to incentivize her to want to let go of the leash because I had the yummy chicken. All right, let's see if we can try to get the leash back on. Good girl. Okay, Belle. Good girl. Good sit. It can be a little hard sometimes because the rings are small. I couldn't get it that time. That's why having a little bit bigger target is helpful. Yes, good girl, Belle. Yeah. Okay, this will be our last little bit. Come here, Belle. Okay, can you sit? Belle. Sit. Yes, sit. Nibble, nibble. Nibble, nibble. Yes, good girl. Yes. Okay, Belle, sit. Yes, nibble, nibble, and we'll take that leash right off. Good girl. Let's try that again. Nibble. Yes. And it's more about our coordination, honestly, than her. Trying to get that clip on that little tiny ring. Yes, sit. Look at her. Yes, sit and take it off. Good girl. Very good girl. Very good girl. Okay, now I'm going to go back to putting my hand in her face and on her head and getting her comfortable with my hand coming towards her. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Can you sit, please? Good girl. Yes, just 2 or 3 scratches and that's it. Yes. All right, come here, Belle. Nibble, nibble. Yes. And the reason we put the treat to the mouth first is she's focusing on the treat and not really paying attention to your hand coming towards her. If I were to do the hand first, she may kind of pull away a little bit. Come here, Belle. Let's do a little example here. Can you sit? Oh, she didn't pull away, but she did kind of sniff my hand. Good girl. Ma'am. Excuse me. Yes, good. Sit. Thank you. Okay, I want to try again. A little nibble, nibble. Yes. Now I'm going to do the collar grab. I'm going to tell you the first thing about if your dog ever escapes, how are people going to try to capture your dog to get them, right? They're going to try to get a hold of the collar. That's why it's important your dog always has a collar on. And if you're concerned about them getting hung up and having some injury because of the collar, maybe not have tags on them or take the collar off when they're in their kennel and put it on them when they're out of their kennel. They're not going to escape, of course, outside if they're in their kennel in the house. So, ma'am, leave it alone. All right. Now we're going to do the collar grab. All it is treat to mouth and just put your fingers in the collar and just tug once or twice. It just gets her comfortable with her having some pressure, just very barely any pressure on it. Come here, babe. Can you sit? Thank you. Treat to mouth. Tug. Now, when I first started doing this 3 visits or 2 visits ago on our first visit, this is our 3rd visit in the first week, she definitely pulled away and did not like me coming to her collar and trying to put my hand anywhere near that area of her. Okay, ma'am, can you sit, please? All right, treat the mouth. Tug. Yes. All right, now I'm going to go for a scratch on the head. Ma'am, sit down, please. Thank you. Treat to mouth. Yes. And take both hands away at the same time. Remember, always have the treat to the mouth first. That'll kind of hold them in place and get them focusing on that. And then they're associating, oh, that thing you're doing, that's great. I get to eat, and it's a lot of fun. And she just stole the leash. Belle, come here. Come here. Come here. Drop it. Yes, drop it. So we got to come here, and she dropped it. Good girl, Belle. All right, can you sit? Ma'am, can you sit? Can you lie down? Down. Lying on hard surfaces is really hard. It's slippery and it's not comfortable. So down. I'm not surprised that she's not too crazy. Good down. Yes. Good down. Good. Let's try that again. I was not expecting that. Good girl, Belle. Okay, sit. Down. Come here, Belle. Sit. Yes. Down. Here. Sit. So I'm going to give her a reward for sit so she doesn't keep failing. Good girl. All right. Can you sit? Down. Oh, come here. I think she's done for the day. Can you sit, please? Focus. Yes, focus is great eye contact. That's fantabulous. Fantabulous. Yes. Hi, Peanut. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay, I got one more little nubbin. One more. Come here. Come here. Come over here. Can you sit? Good girl. Can you lay down? Come here. Come here. Yes, come here. Good girl. Good girl. All right, we're all done. Yes. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Good sit. Yes, Peanut.